Welcome to the NRL previews for round 6 of the 2024 season. I'm Renee Gartner and I'm joined by Josh Mansour to unpack all the games this week. Sunday kicks off with the West Tigers taking on the Dragons. Both looking to improve, I guess, from their last disjointed hit-outs last week. West Tigers, they had their resilient run of confidence really knocked last week against the Dolphins. They've lost some good men in that as well too. Benji and his men need to iron out a few of the wrinkles. Both of these sides showed a lot of error rates coming into the game.
Yeah, Tigers coming up against the Dolphins that were absolutely flying high. It was always going to be a tough task, right? Tigers is still a work in progress. Yeah, they went on a 2-game winning streak. They upset a couple of sides in that winning streak as well, which everyone thought they were going to be beaten in. But you know what? This game's no different. The Tigers have a massive opportunity against the Dragons in this one. They still weren't blown off the park against the Dolphins. They were in the game up until the probably 7th minute, but obviously, like you said, still too many errors, defensive errors as well, leaking in too many points. If they can kind of bring back that, I reckon they'll go a long way to win this game.
All right, well, let's look over the Dragons as well too, and we can all be very hard taskmasters when we're all sitting up on dry land they were in the most insane conditions that we've seen in quite some times. Flanagan's hands have sort of been forced in returning Lomax to the wing, but we saw him sort of move back into that fullback position for half the game last week. Named on the wing now. Do you think we're going to see a little bit more movement with Lomax and Sloan in that back line?
Definitely. The way that the players have lined up in the team list, I feel like there's still a lot of question marks and a lot of player movement happening. So, we saw Zach Lomax go to fullback last week, and Tyrell Sloan was unfortunately dropped at half time. And as a fan outside looking in, I wasn't a big fan of that. I thought maybe put Tyrell onto the wing and maybe put Zach at fullback, but you know what? He sticks by that decision, Shane Flanagan, and there's obviously question marks around Blake Laurie and Ravalawa. And Shane's come out and said, you know what, guys, you're under the microscope. You've got to start putting in those performances, or you'll be back to reserve grade. So there are guys knocking on the door to get that first grade spot, and which is good, which is what you want in your squad, because obviously you want your best players playing.
It's hard those conditions that we spoke about to play in those conditions,
especially as a fullback. Yeah, especially as a fullback. It was absolutely flooded the field. And there were a couple of plays where Tyrell looking back could have probably been better in and a bit more cleaner, but I thought it was a bit harsh.
All right, well, who are you picking in this one? And again, where's this game one for you?
I feel like right now with the Dragons, there's instability starting to creep in. Obviously with the spine especially, you've got Tyrone or Zach. Who's going to be the man? Obviously, Zach Lomax has put his hand up. He wants to look elsewhere and play for a different team. And does that have an effect on the team as well? I feel like it is. As a player, you got to see all the headlines. You got a guy in your team that wants to play for another team. Yeah. How does that affect the team and your teammates? So, a lot of question marks for the Dragons. I'm leaning towards the Tigers on this one. All
right, well, thank you very much, Josh. Unmissable matchups taking place all weekend. If you want to see this match live, head to nrl.com/tickets. And if you can't get to the game, remember you can watch it on Channel 9, Foxtel, Sky New Zealand or Kayo. Kick-off is at 4:05 p.m.